to be a competent coach, to actually be amazing at it. Because if someone's amazing as a coach, clients come easily and effortlessly. Yeah. But you can't become amazing if you're constantly trying to break through with marketing and sales, because you're not practicing coaching. You're barely even coaching anyone. You're just trying to practice sales and marketing. So if we look at the people who are the most amazing in the coaching space, the people that have the most influence and impact in the world, whose life work is thread into the very fabric of the coaching space. You look at people like Brené Brown, who has these amazing perspectives, this wealth of wisdom that just gets embodied through the space. You look at people like Peter Levine, who's like changed the way that we look at trauma. You look at people like Jordan Peterson, who contributes all these ideas. He was a clinical psychologist. He's done over 40,000 clinical hours, roughly, if I had to guess, based on how, because he's been a psychologist for over 40 years. The reason that he's made it big is not because he's good at marketing and sales. It's because he's fucking competent, really competent, right? So this is the invitation I have for you. How do you want to be seen in the space in 40 years, in 20 years time? What do you want your life's work to amount to in this space? Because if you can look at it through the lens of 20 years, you're probably going to approach the journey differently than if you're looking at it in 6 months, got to get to 6 figures, didn't get there, got to get there, didn't get there, got to get there, didn't get there, got to get there, didn't get there. Oh my gosh, I'm never going to get there. Maybe coaching isn't for me. That's what people do. So it's all about just how do I break through quickly financially as a coach, and lack the substance. You look at Jordan Peterson, Brené Brown, they both have net worths of several millions of dollars. Jordan Peterson, well over $10 million now, net worth. People, I think 20,000 or 40,000 copies of his book sell every week. Why are people so interested in it? Because he spent his whole life developing his understanding of the world through research, practice, and actually putting it into practice with real people as a clinical psychologist. He sees the work that he does transform people's lives, what worked, what didn't work. He's on the tools. Like an apprentice electrician is on the tools. He's been on the tools for 40 years. So he's freaking competent. And his life's work is then demonstrated in the way that he sees the world, his perspectives, what goes into his book has so much substance. It's not just, I saw this quote on Instagram today, so I'm going to reshare it, or I'm going to change it a little bit and make it mine. You don't know the 15 years experience the person had to write that quote, the 25, 30 years experience of life, seeing things, experimenting, practicing, experiencing, reflecting, journaling, writing books to get that one quote. That's the reason that your quotes don't go viral, because they don't have the embodiment attached to them. So the game then becomes, I need to value embodiment and development. So the way that I suggest approaching this path, and I'm actually going to go onto my internet to reference, I did a large list of different areas that you can study as a coach. Because what's a coach? A coach is help someone improve their lives. There's lots of different ways someone can improve their life. And this is what people usually do. They find a modality, they study it, and they start teaching it. But they start teaching with that micro skill. Let's say, for example, I'm helping people with using timeline therapy, or I've done lots of research on stoicism. And that's like the basis through which I teach people. Or I'm all about quantum physics, and I've read lots of Joe Dispenza's work, and I really coached through that. I did Joe Dispenza's certification course, and now I help people with that. But there's so much breadth of wisdom that if you want to become a superstar coach and become a master of coaching and a master of life to really help people with deep embodiment, spending time investing in your learning and own growth and development in a wide range of different aspects of personal growth, because there's spiritual wisdom, there's emotional wisdom, there's somatic wisdom, there's trauma work, there's inner child work, there's therapies. Then there's a more neural stuff. I'm just going to start reading some of this list. There's state management and motivational material. There is linguistic work, NLP, RTT, RRP, NTT, NAC, empowerment work, helping people. And this is what a lot of mainstream things will do, courses will do. Helping people with discipline, goal setting, action taking, understanding concept like delayed gratification. There's personality profiling to understand. You can do basic things like Myers-Briggs or DISC, but then there's ones like Enneagram that's been around for 3,000 years that was developed with the Mayans. There's PH360. There's the big 5 personality types. There's human design. There's astrology. There's Jyotish, which is Vedic astrology. There's numerology. There are so many different types. There are so many different types. There's 16 personality types, which is Myers-Briggs. There are so many different types of personality patterning. That's one category. I just created this little list just to go, there's so many different types. I wonder what else is out there. There is more intuitive work, which is studying to become a clairvoyant and a psychic and doing more of those spiritual things. There's William Whitecloud's work. There is understanding how to read tarot. There's magnetic mind. There's all these different intuitive modalities. There's the law of attraction and that kind of manifestation work. The Secret, Abraham Hicks. There's probably like 50 different people that have pioneered that space. There's doing more business development stuff, SME business coaching, just understanding how to coach a business owner, online business, marketing, sales, freedom lifestyle, MLM. These are all different areas. There's embodiment work, somatic and emotional release work. There's therapies, there's psychotherapists, psychologists, counseling. There is body work, which is more becoming a tantra teacher, becoming like studying shamanism, studying kinesiology, somatic therapy, ecstatic dance therapy, Louise Hay. There's belief work, Tony Robbins, Psych K, life coaching principles. There's breath work, transformational breath work, biodynamic breath work, Wim Hof breath work, consciously connected breathing, shamanic breath work, holotropic breath work. There are so many different types. That's just a tiny amount. There's multi-dimensional healing. There's extraterrestrial. There's all the different, there's Arcturian Council of Light. There's light work. There's Atlantis. There's Lemurians. There's spirit animal work. There's all these different alien ways to look at it. There's ceremony. There's plant medicine ceremony. There's psychedelics. There's more lighter ones like tea ceremonies, cacao ceremonies, darkness retreats, fasting retreats, vision quests. There's inner child works, psychosocial stages of development, big 5 personality patterns, attachment styles, reparenting, internal family systems, authentic relating. There's connection work, masculine, feminine dynamics, intimacy tools. There is like an unlimited amount of different health coaches, amazing people like Alison Armstrong. There's amazing people like David Didot. And these are just, there are so many more. There are so many more. There's intimacy tools, communication tools. There's nonviolent communication. There are whole modalities just around different ways of getting people to relate. There's the 5 love languages. There's philosophy and psychology. There's Nietzsche, Aristotle, Plato, Confucius, Marcus Aurelius. There's all these different philosophers. Carl Jung, Eastern wisdom and religions, yogic wisdom, Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Tantra, sexual embodiment, Ista, Tantra, Taoism, and even modern things like no FAP. There's modern gurus, Muji, Adyashanti, Sadhguru. There's different religions that have amazing wisdom in them. There's health, there's carnivore, veganism, whole foods, Ayurveda, weightlifting, yoga, functional patterns, fasting, grounding, nature time. There's New Age quantum physics, Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, Dr. John Demartini, and there's like an unlimited amount of others. So I spent probably 5 minutes just riffing through all that, just to give you an understanding. These are all, every individual thing that I just shared, you could spend 20 years studying. And there's things like traditional Chinese medicine I didn't even mention. There is unlimited things to study. And you're obviously not going to have time to study it all, because you could spend a lifetime studying every individual one of them.